Alright, this is the trade recap for the 23rd of September 2024, and today was a pretty decent trade. And real quick, I'm not sure if the executions are still on there, but yes it is. Alright, so short there, bought one here, bought one here, and got stopped at basically break even. So I'm gonna get into the trade. I'm gonna show you the balance real quick. So, alright, let's go to the daily time frame. And overall, on the higher time frame, we are bullish. We want to see these highs get swept, and possibly this high get swept for today if I was extremely bullish, but I wasn't. So, into the day, I marked out major liquidity, London's sell side, Asian buy side, and external buy side, or major buy side there. We respected the 4 hour here, this 4 hour for value gap, and we also tapped into this 4 hour for value gap right here. And that was giving me higher prices for the moment, and then we had an inverse of this 4 hour. Yeah, this 4 hour for value gap, we had an inverse, and we kept respecting this inverse as well. I wasn't actually looking at this 4 hour, but now I've seen it. That was pretty valid. So respect this inverse of the 4 hour, as well as that we respect this inverse of the 1 hour until at 11, I think. Yeah, 11. Yeah. Respect the 1 hour for that, and then we tap into this 1 hour for value gap here. We re-tap into that again. Here we tapped into that again there. We have SMT. Let me show you that. Right here. SMT, and then we've got more SMT right here. Okay, so we've got SMT there, and onto the 5 minute. We were right here, and 5 minute we weren't really doing much, but we were chopping around, and I was pretty sure that this was the move that was gonna come down, but I was wrong. We do have new day opening gaps right here. This new day opening gap was being respected a lot, and right now we're just kind of consolidating around that. We do end up coming down to this new week opening gap and sweeping this minor sell side. We were also in a seek and destroy, so from here we were coming outwards. Where is it? What am I looking for? I don't see the pattern. Hold on. It's right here. Alright. So that's the seek and destroy there. Oopsie, I just did dogs. What else was there? Okay, so 4 hour we inversed, respected this inverse. 1 hour we inversed, respected this inverse at 10 a.m. at 10 a.m. close, and I was really bullish from there. We also tapped into the 1 hour in New York, so that made me bearish as well. We had an expansion. I mean, we had a Judas swing down into a 15-minute fair value gap here, but that isn't enough for the Judas swing. So this was a fake Judas swing, and I was expecting a New York reversal down to these London lows, or London low rather. Gone to the 15-minute. I think that's it actually. There wasn't really much to cover, but this was really dangerous to trade in because of the seek and destroy, and it was basically just choppy price action. But however, we did have consolidation right here, accumulation rather. Oh my days. So accumulation right here, and then we've got our manipulation leg, and we did come down, not to these lows, so I was still expecting more of a push down, and we came up higher into this fair value gap here. I mean, into this, we pushed up higher to sweep this high here, and created, for one, a fair value gap. We created the fair value gap, we created a breaker, we created an order block, and we respected that 1 minute fair value gap very nicely. And since we had so much SMT going along with that, then I was pretty confident to short that. And you might have noticed how I have had a late entry there. It should have been at this candle, right? But I was waiting for a push lower just to have a little more confirmation, and my stop was, so since I had a short on here, my entry was there. I mean, my entry was there, my stop is then there at this intermediate term high because it immediately rebalanced this fair value gap. This becomes an intermediate term high, and if price trades up into here, my bias for shorts are wrong, and nicely it wasn't. I was aiming for London low, which was pretty, it was a really high hanging fruit. I probably should have taken a TP around here, but it's unfortunate. It's whatever. Since we were engineering this liquidity here, I was really confident that we would flow down into the London low, but we didn't. Another TP would have been at this fair value gap here that has been respected multiple times, so that's my next TP. And yeah, last TP would have been at that low. So then, yeah, I was expecting manipulation, distribution through there, but we didn't get that. This was kind of a valid entry, but it was very choppy. I did not like that at all, so that's why I didn't take it. Yeah, it was just chopping around. I was just thinking, oh, this probably just is another seek and destroy environment, and it was. And I also traded into it, so I guess I was wrong about that, but it's still fine. But it didn't really give us an entry here as well. We inversed this fair value gap here, but I didn't like it because we didn't get a tap into it and a close above that fair value gap. We also invalidated this inverse, so like after that, so I was kind of skeptical about this price action. Also chopping around, so I didn't like that either. Well, we had this fair value gap here that could have been an entry. That fair value gap here that could have been an entry, but overall not really valid, as in the confluences that were there. We also had an order block here, so I guess it could have been an entry there, but I wouldn't really. I don't really like it. And I was in lesson as well, so I couldn't really get into a trade there. Which was fine, but I think if I wasn't in lesson, would I have taken that? Most likely, yeah. Would I have been break even? Probably not. No, I probably wouldn't have been break even. Oh yeah, and we didn't have any displacement below this low, or below the lows, so I didn't have that much conviction to this trade. However, we had displacement over here. We displaced nicely, went back up into this fair value gap, had a liquidity sweep. This was basically a 2022 model, but with even more confluences than normal. So ideally this would have been the trade, but either way it would have been fine. I went 3 micros, and in fact this was a better RR, which is pretty nice. So new day opening gap, I took one off because I saw a pretty big rejection off of that right here. So I saw that pretty big rejection off, and I took one off there. I put my stop to break even there as well. We broke lower, came higher, went back into this, became support, and I took another off there. So, and then we came lower. I was pretty confident here for it to come lower. My stop probably should have been here then, because now that becomes the intermediate term high. We had one high there, so that becomes the intermediate term high. So 2 lower highs on either side of that high. So my stop probably would have been moved to here, but I didn't see that at that time. I wasn't looking at it clearly, so I didn't really catch it. So my stop was right here at this fair value gap there. We tapped into this fair value gap, and I was thinking we shouldn't even come higher than that if we were to come down, and that was a valid stop to put at. My emotions were pretty good from this. I was feeling pretty nice, especially how we came down all the way. There's not really much to talk about here, actually. Not thinking about it. I did go 3 micros when I was supposed to go 7, but I was in school trading, so there was a possibility that I didn't look at the charts right. So I under leveraged, which is fine. Under leveraging is better than over leveraging. Anything else? Engineer liquidity, I've already talked about that. Yeah, I think that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this really unprepared trade recap. Bye.